Yo, just got back from fixing up my room. A little lava stream came in from a nearby volcano. I don't really want to get into it. Took out the whole foundation. So I'm recording this in a shed that I found on the side of the street. So, like, I gotta be a little bit quiet, alright? So just don't tell anybody, alright? So if none of the comments could have anything to do with that, it would help me get over it much faster. Thank you very much. Today we've got some super powerful singles to spend your next $20 on. So let's get into it with the first one, which is a brand new card actually from Caverns of Ixalan, Molten Collapse.
You think this shit's funny? You think that's funny to put in the script right after what I just said? You wrote the beginning, and then you're gonna put this in it as well? Okay. Right after what happened to me. You know how much property damage that little stream of lava cost me? And then you're gonna... No. Oh, no, it's fine. You don't have to write my videos anymore, all right? I'll write the rest of the video, okay? It's not that hard. I'll write the rest of it.
All right, the first card is Molten Collapse from Caverns of Ixalan. Molten Collapse. I barely even knew her.
Listen, I'm going to need you back. It doesn't matter what happened. I'm just going to need you to come back onto the team and write my scripts again. Okay. I'm sorry. Okay.
Anyway, starting things off with Molten Collapse. This new removal spell from Caverns of Ixalan is only sitting at $1.09, which is extremely good for how strong this thing is. 1 black and a red at sorcery speed. Choose one. If you descended this turn, you may choose both, with descending being a single card going to your graveyard from anywhere. Not that hard to do at all. Option 1, destroy target creature or planeswalker. Very good. Option 2, destroy target non-land permanent with mana value 1 or less. In Commander, with cards like Soul Ring, Mana Vault, Skull Clamps running around, this will have plenty of options, as well as just taking out the biggest problem creature in play, which is super good. Royal Retainers is kind of crazy, honestly. Price-wise especially, sitting at $3.38 because the cheapest version of this before Commander Masters was 23 bone skis, and that definitely warranted a spot on this list. For 2 and a white, you get a 1/1 that can sacrifice itself to return target legendary creature from your graveyard to the battlefield. Activate only during your turn before the declare attacks and blocks phase. This thing's great. 1, it'll bring back your commander, so good. 2, if you're legendary creature heavy in your deck, it brings back a lot of other stuff. And number 3, for me, if you're in a reanimator deck, I love this. It chains together so well. It's going to be going into my Teneb deck. Next. Up next is Treasure Nabba. Let's make this one short, sweet, like a Oompa Loompa in a Hershey River, baby. This dude, he nabs the treasure. He nabs your mana rocks if you tap him. It's pretty good. He'll give them back. After he uses them. 57 cents every time an opponent taps a mana rock. You just get to steal it for the rest of your next turn. Really good, especially in red. It seems fantastic. Really like Treasure Nabba a lot. Runescarred Demon is up next, and it's an old school classic, and I know we've got Burning Room Demon, alright? Or me right now with all this editing, my computer's just pumping out heat, so I'm a Burning Room Demon.
Listen, I thought I could try writing one of the jokes, and okay, I won't. Okay, it's fine. We can leave it. I will leave it to you from now on.
For 5 and 2 black, you get a 6/6 demon with flying that tutors a card when it enters the battlefield. Really good, especially if you're in a blink deck that has access to black. Extra good. And also, like I always say, redundancy is really good, so running both of these seems very, very strong. Again, going straight into Neb, super good. So, apparently, around August this year, Arachnogenesis dropped from around $20 to around $3.80, which completely went over my head, because I've always wanted one of these cards, but then I was like, too expensive, kind of pushed it out of my head. Not expensive at all anymore. For 2 and a green, you get an instant that creates X/1/2 green spider creature tokens with reach, where X is the number of creatures attacking you. Prevent all damage that will be dealt by non-spider creatures this turn. Oh, whoa. Someone swings at you with even 7 creatures. You prevent all combat damage, and you get 7/1/2 spiders. And if any of their creatures are 1/1s, or even 2/1s, you can block them with your spiders. Your spiders won't die. You'll kill their things. You can gang up all your spiders on one thing to kill it. It's really good. Again, this is going in probably all my green decks because I just really, really like this thing. A fog that fills our boards with bodies in a token deck, especially, this is extra good. But I believe that even outside that, most decks with green can probably use this to a similar effect of Teferi's protection. Don't at me. Definitely picking one of these up today, though, for sure. Again, this card was sitting around $15 until August, and then dropped significantly to $2.17, which to me is so nutty because this card is very, very good. Miri, Weatherlight Duelist. For 1, a green and a white, you get a 3/2 first strike. Whenever Miri attacks, each opponent can't block with more than 1 creature this combat. As long as Miri is tapped, no more than 1 creature can attack you. This card's just cool. As long as he's tapped, he's an extra annoying crawl space that also allows all of your creatures to smack opponents when Miri first swings, because only 1 creature can block. It doesn't say only 1 creature can block Miri, just 1 creature can block, period. So if you're swinging with a huge board, almost all your stuff gets through, and then after that, no one can swing at you. Now that your board's tapped because you just swung out, Miri's very, very strong. Love this guy. Thassa, God of the Sea, was sitting around $8 to $10 for a while, and has now dropped to $1.33, and for how strong this thing is, wow. For 2 and a blue, you get a 5/5 indestructible that animates if your devotion to blue is 5 or more, which is cool. At the beginning of your upkeep, scry 1, solid. She can also pay 1 and a blue to make target creature you control unblockable this turn. This is so much value for 3 mana. A difficult to deal with card that fixes the top of your deck before you draw and makes your threats unblockable. Yeah, I'm putting this into my Alando deck 100%. I think if you're in a 2-color deck or in mono blue, this is just a very good card to pick up, especially if you're leaning more into like a creature-heavy strategy. Super good. Love it. Zakama Primal Calamity is just sick. This is like a Timmy player's dream card. A super strong and fun commander for $2.51 is always a plus. For 6, a red, a white, and a green, you get a 9/9 Vigilance, Reach, and Trample. When it enters, untap all your lands. Pay 2 and a red, deal 3 to a creature. Pay 2 and a green, destroy target artifact or enchantment. Pay 2 and a white, gain 3 life. Zakama is seriously, I can't say it enough, the ultimate Timmy commander. That also just has like a toolbox super glued to its hip, which is always nice. This thing is super big, super cool, super dinosaur, and if you want a big Timmy commander on a budget, there you go. Blade of the Blood Chief is another old school classic that is just really strong. For 1 colorless, we get an equipment that equips for 1 colorless, and whenever any creature dies, put a 1/1 counter on equipped creature. If the equipped creature is a vampire, put 2 of those counters on instead. I think this card gets a bad rep because it says vampire, and people in their brain kind of go, oh, it's a vampire tribal card. Don't really need it. I'm not a vampire deck. Putting a 1/1 counter on a creature for every death is really good. 1 colorless, essentially, to equip this to a creature and turn it into a Voltress zombie over and over and over. I mean, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. And finally, we've got Bear Umbra, sitting at $2.77. For 2 and 2 green, you get an aura that gives enchanted creature the ability to untap all your lands when it attacks. Yeah, obviously extremely powerful on its own, but also pretty easy to go infinite paired with something like Aggravated Assault, which is also sitting around $2 to $3. So maybe do that to your play group. I'm not sure. It's also got Totem Armor, so if enchanted creature would be destroyed, instead remove all damage from it and destroy this aura. Very good. It's protection that also buffs your creature and untaps all your lands. That one gets a Tim the Toolman Taylor from me. Again, broken record over here, considering this one for Teneb and Alando. It's just super fucking good, and for the price, honestly, it's kind of a no-brainer. And if you want to buy all of these cards in this video, you're looking at $19.40, baby. Let me know down below of any cards you know of that have dropped in price and are just inexpensive, and they may appear on the next video. Like and subscribe if you want more MTG content, budget pickups, daily card highlights, and plenty more. And be sure to head over to the subreddit at r/NixLotus to submit your deck list. Much love, guys.